Man, I gotta say, start off the video by saying, man, was it great to see good old JR finally back where he belongs in the commentating seat, doing great work, generational voice. I mean, there's nobody better, in my opinion, when it comes to play-by-play in the wrestling business than good old Jim Ross. Good old JR. But now, let me get to my AEW recap straight from the car. I mean, it was a solid show. I hear some pundits weren't too happy about certain things and that it was a quote-unquote miss, whatever the hell that means. I don't think the show was a miss. I thought the show was solid. It tried to follow up on some things. It did good work with MJF and Bandito as far as building their eventual match in a couple weeks. It did great work for that. So, not really upset with that. As far as the one main point that I can get some type of criticism with is the Jon Moxley angle. Yes, at this point, if you didn't watch the pay-per-view, like I said on my live stream, I said, yo, is Jon Moxley actually turned babyface? Yes. The answer is yes. Jon Moxley is a babyface, straight up. I understand his storyline as far as why he would become a babyface. The whole genesis of his heel turn was because he thought that AEW was going soft. He thought it was going soft. So he took it upon himself to go Bane and go Dark Knight Rises on some of these motherfuckers. Now, granted, it turned him into the biggest heel in the entire company because his mission was to make the company more tough. And as he went through the Continental Classic, and as he went through other things before the Continental Classic, he started to slowly turn and realize that the place that he wanted to be tough became tough. And it turned him. I understand that portion of it, but what I don't understand is the Death Riders portion. They seem to not have gotten the memo. They're still doing heel shit. They're still running around doing heel stuff, interfering in Marina Shafir's match against Toni Storm. Pac is doing heel shit with Darby, saying, the usual heel things are still happening with the Death Riders. All while Jon Moxley is flipping babyface. Make it make sense, Tony. And I'm talking about Tony Khan, not Toni Storm. Tony Khan, TK. Make it make sense. Put some of that stuff in your cup, whatever the hell you be swishing around in that cup. Put some common sense in there. Because right now, the Death Riders thing is not making any sense as far as which direction it's going. So we're just saying clean it up, man. That's it. Clean it up. Before I get to the main event, let me bring up the fact that Andrade El Idolo made another appearance. A very similar appearance that he made weeks ago when he jumped Kenny Omega with the Don Callis family. Now he made another appearance like the same, like similar to that appearance. Almost like a re-debuting of himself back with AEW. So now Andrade got his contract shit figured out, and now he's back on AEW roster. Now he's with the Don Callis family. Don Callis family added a wrestler named Jake something. He's going by Jake Doyle now for All Elite Wrestling. So they signed him. He's a great wrestler. I watched him on the wrestling scene, on the indie scene. He did a lot of work with TNA. He did a lot of work with GCW. He's all over the circuit if you paid attention. Hell, he even did work for Fourth Rope, West Side Guns promotion. So for Tony Khan to sign him is another solid wrestler, another solid hand. Now the question is, what the hell are you going to do with him? That's the problem with Tony Khan. He's like a toy collector. He's collecting toys, and the problem is he's got so many toys he can't put them all into action. So we'll see what he does with Jake Doyle, a.k.a. Jake something. Now, the main event. I mean, you had a lights out, no false count anywhere, anything goes, unsanctioned, not sanctioned by AEW, that little jazz, that gimmick that they do. And you had Swerve Strickland, Hangman Adam Page versus Hook and Powerhouse Hobbs. Now, of course, they were all over the place. They beat the hell out of each other. There was shenanigans, of course, with the dojo, the ops dojo, the flunkies that tried to come in and get the upper hand on Swerve and Hangman. And they did for a second until the upper hand was lost. And at that point, they took it to Hook and they took it to Hobbs. Hobbs got dead-eyed on a freaking bed of cinder blocks, took his ass out, and then after that, they just proceeded to just do whatever the hell they wanted to do. Poor Hook. Hook got the hell beat out of him in the end. He got choked out by the chain over the ropes, and boom, Swerve and Hangman won the match. Now the question is, what's next? What is next? Both guys aren't going to be champions as far as the World Championship is concerned. So is this the time where you turn these guys onto FTR? Maybe you get a World Championship tag team title run from Swerve and Hangman. Why not? Hell, you did Kenny and Hangman. You did Swerve and Keith Lee, which was unlikely at the time. So why not do Hangman, Adam Page, and Swerve Strickland? I mean, it kind of prints itself, right? Well, that's kind of my recap. I mean, I'm looking forward to Bandito versus MJF in a couple weeks. I hope they build that up even more. Give it another week of heat. Now that Bandito kind of got the upper hand on MJF, I expect MJF to get the upper hand back, build up that storyline. And other than that, we got to see what the hell happens with the Death Riders. Does Tony Khan make more sense of it? Because right now, it doesn't make any sense. Moxley, the leader, can't be a babyface while the rest of the group are heels. It just doesn't make any goddamn sense. All right. Until next time, I'll holler at y'all again on this little episode of Unbooked Territory and the wrestling section of at Chuck Westworld. Follow at Chuck Westworld on all social media networks. You know what it is. Talk to you soon. Peace.